Elara Kane had always believed that roots, like those of her beloved grapevines, could be severed without mercy. At 22, she'd stormed out of Willow Creek, a dusty speck on the map of rural Kentucky, with nothing but a battered suitcase and a dream that her family dismissed as folly. Wine? In this godforsaken soil? You're chasing fairy tales, girl, her father had snarled, his voice thick with the regret of a man who'd buried his own ambitions under decades of factory drudgery. Her mother had wept, not for the daughter leaving, but for the scandal it would brew in their tight-knit church circle. And her brother, Harlan, the golden boy who'd stayed to inherit the family farm, such as it was, had laughed outright. Go play dress-up in Napa Alley. We'll be here when you come crawling back. That was 12 years ago. Now, at 34, Elara stood at the crest of her vineyard empire, the sun dipping low over the rolling hills of Napa Valley like a benediction. Her estate, Chateau Kane, sprawled across 200 acres of meticulously terraced vines, their leaves a riot of emerald and gold in the autumn light. The air hummed with the sweet tang of fermenting grapes and the distant murmur of the Pacific breeze. She built this from scratch, a single varietal plot, funded by waitressing tips, bootstrapped through loans she repaid with ruthless efficiency. Chateau Kane wines had graced the tables of presidents and popes, their labels etched with her signature, a stylized vine twisting into the shape of a woman's defiant fist. Today was the Harvest Festival, her annual wine-tasting gala. Limousines snaked up the private drive, disgorging celebrities, sommeliers, and venture capitalists in bespoke suits. Crystal flutes clinked under fairy lights, strung between ancient oaks, and a string quartet played Vivaldi as servers in crisp linen circulated with trays of charcuterie and Elara's signature cuvée, a bold Cabernet that whispered of black cherries and unspoken vendettas. Elara moved through the crowd like a queen in her emerald silk gown, the fabric pooling like spilled Merlot around her heels. Her dark hair was swept into an elegant chignon, accented by a single diamond vine-leaf pin, a gift from a French winemaker who'd once proposed on bended knee amid her barrels. She smiled, posed for photos, and fielded compliments with the practiced grace of someone who'd long ago armored herself against doubt. To Elara Kane, the vintner who turned thorns into treasure, toasted a silver-haired investor. She clinked hers against it, but her eyes, storm gray and sharp, scanned the horizon. Something felt off, a prickle like frost nipping at tender buds. It was her assistant, Mia, who spotted them first. "Ms. Kane, there's a situation at the gate." Elara followed Mia to the security booth, her pulse quickening inexplicably. Through the monitor, she saw them. A rusted pickup truck, its fenders dented and caked with the red clay of Kentucky soil. Harlan climbed out, his flannel shirt straining over a paunch that hadn't been there before. Beside him, her mother, gaunt and gray-haired, clutching a faded purse like a shield. And trailing behind, her father, stooped now, his once broad shoulders bowed under an invisible weight. They looked like ghosts from a life she'd buried deeper than her rootstock. "Let them in," Elara said, her voice steady as she straightened her spine. "No," she thought, "this is my kingdom. They don't get to haunt it." The family shuffled up the gravel path, eyes wide as children at a carnival. The truck's engine coughed to a stop, and Harlan wiped his brow, staring at the grand stone manor house with its ivy-cloaked arches. "Jesus, Ellie," he muttered as she approached. This is yours?" "Elara," she corrected coolly, the name a blade sheathed in silk. "Welcome to Chateau Kane. What brings you to Napa?" Her mother's face crumpled, tears carving tracks through her powder. "Oh, honey, we saw it in the paper, the festival. Thought maybe, after all this time—" She reached out, but Elara stepped back, the gesture as subtle as a snipped vine. Her father cleared his throat, his voice gravelly from years of silence. We ain't here to cause trouble, girl. Just wanted to see what you've made of yourself. Proud of you, we are. Proud. The word landed like hail on fragile shoots. Elara forced a smile, gesturing toward the tasting pavilion. Come then, taste what I've made. The event's in full swing. She led them through the throng, acutely aware of the stares. Whispers rippled. Who are they? Relatives? They look like they wandered off a farm set. Harlan gawked at a pop star swirling her glass, nearly tripping over a potted olive tree. Her mother clutched a complimentary tasting booklet like scripture, murmuring prayers under her breath. And her father? He moved with the quiet reverence of a man appraising land he could never afford. At a high-top table laden with bottles, Elara